Now, what's that dog's name?
Marley.
Marley.
She don't hear that well. Marley, named after the deaf actress. There's a deaf actress named Marley.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
She don't hear that well, so.
Well, you're a beautiful dog. I mean, just gorgeous.
She does good.
Yeah.
It's the only dog I ever had that could get on my counter. And I don't mean like other dogs. I mean on my counter. When I first got her, I looked over and she was sitting by my coffee pot on the counter.
And that's something. And y'all are training for the
people live there, you know.
Sequoia.
and that's why you're using full packs
And I would have just.
This is my full pack today.
If I lived in that beautiful.
Because she's not going to Sequoia and Ken.
Hey, precious dog.
Yeah.
This is something else today, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've hiked the whole Pinhoti.
Yes. The whole Pinhoti.
That's 377, right?
333.
We.
How many miles is the whole Pinhoti?
Now, I haven't hiked all of Georgia. Since they extended into Georgia, I haven't hiked all of Georgia. I've hiked the Davis, was it Davis Mountain? Yeah.
How many miles? How many miles is a Pinhoti through Alabama? It's 277.
No, it's like 170 something through Alabama.
Okay, 177.
And then another 160 or something through Georgia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And have you hiked the whole Pinhoti Trail?
No, I've been section hiking it. I live in Georgia, just over the line in Rome.
In Rome, Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, isn't that something? Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Rome, Georgia, not in Rome, Italy. Well, I know y'all done a lot of hiking, but could I challenge y'all in a 100-yard race? I think. No, I'm kidding.
You win.
I would win.
You
go. Let's see how fast. You go, and we'll time you.
We're gonna practice as a bear on our tail, and we'll know who's gonna get 8.
Let me tell you something, man. That boy over there, you see him, got them legs like a Morgan horse, and that son of a gun can fly through these trails.
Well, you know, them Morgans are short, but they're strong.
They're strong. I work with a lot of horses.
Yeah, them Morgans are short, but they're strong.
In fact, he reminds me of a horse in many, many ways. But those legs, that's a Morgan horse. Huh? We're not talking about a little Shetland pony. We're talking about, we're not talking about a quarter horse.
You got them Clydesdale legs, though.
I do kind of have a Clydesdale leg. All beat up. Clydesdale. You kind of have a Clydesdale mentality. Hey, God bless you.
All right. Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
To Cheehaw Park.
How long you been out here?
Well, I started Friday around lunch up at can't remember what trailhead that was. Jackson Chapel.
So how many miles will you have when you get through?
Right at 100.
And you started what, Friday? Doing like 30 miles a day or something?
Done 14 Friday and 20 yesterday.
How old were you when you first started hiking?
28.
Did you ever see any bears?
One bear.
Did he rustle you at all?
No.
Have you hiked any on the Appalachian Trail?
Done the Georgia section.
I've hiked in 21 years. I've section hiked. I've gone from Georgia to almost through Pennsylvania, a little over 1,300 miles.
Nice.
It's so far to drive to get there now.
Did you ever have any problems with wolves or snakes or anything like that?
Seen a snake or two, but
we're going to tell you how we have intended, because we got bear spray and stuff, but I want to tell you how we've intended if we come up on a bear and the bear attacks us.
We're going to go full out Davy Crockett on it.
We're going to go full out Davy Crockett with our hunting knife. Huh?
Nice to have a plan.
My wife take two.
We're going to confer a trail name upon Jody Sexton, who's a very good man and who attended Troy University one time and now works in natural gas. But anyway, he's eating. Look, pull that thing up. He's made his own taters, man.
Oh yeah.
And they look like pudding. Are they good?
Delicious.
Are they? What brand is that?
Idaho.
You got them from Idaho. Anyway, I know. Don't look. Don't get emotional.
Try not to.
All right, I'm going to confer you. This is your trail name. because of what you're doing. I now confer on you, Jody Sexton, your trail name, which is Jody Taylor. Jody Taylor. I misspoke about the stream, and that's what he's giggling about. I said, well, and there's something we're here by this lake. He said, lake. I'm going to do a whole thing about Larryisms when this thing is through. You know what I like about this particular shot? My nose looks like it's about 3 football lengths long. Hey, we're at the point. Tell them about why we feel like it's so tremendously appropriate that here we are at this spot, and we've got 3.7 and some change, 3.75 to get back to the truck, because when we did 100 miles in my water there, pal. That's pretty. But anyway, when we got our 100 miles in last time in Pennsylvania, you know that we lacked, what was it, 14.2? Was that what it was?
On that last leg.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, I fell in the cow mire and the whole 9 yards, if you remember. And that was not planned. That wasn't one of them, reality show deals. I just fell in the mire, and these cows were in my way. I was trying to get them out of the way.
I'm sure you don't have to explain. I'm sure people don't have trouble believing that.
What was your latest Larryism about screwed up?
If you're determined to screw up, it's hard to screw that up.
It is. And I was determined to screw it up every time, every day on the Appalachian in Pennsylvania. But this time, I've done a little better, haven't I, Larry?
I've done a lot better.
Yeah, I've had some creek crossing fails, but other than that, I didn't fall down.
Yeah, but you earned the name
Jacky
Danger.
Jacky Danger.
Earned
but anyway, when we had to hustle because it was getting dark, and Carolyn Cawthorn had put us on that trail, and so we were hustling, and Larry got mad at me.
Had to go drill sergeant on it.
He had to go drill sergeant, full out drill sergeant.
Out.
And he says, yeah, if you can't walk any faster, we're just not gonna make it. And I said, oh, well, no, we're making. I'm working fast. He said, no, you just gotta step it up. We're just not gonna make it. So we stepped it up, and I was mad at him. I told him I was gonna whip him. So anyway, I got really mad, and so anyway, we're hustling through there. We got to get that 14.2, So finally, I get to this point in the woods there in Virginia. So we did our last 14 in Virginia to get that 100 miles. Anyway, he's sitting next to a dadgum stream, not a lake, but it's just almost like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, the one in Virginia was more like a brook.
Yeah, that's it.
But anyway, he was sitting there, he was smiling. And I said, what are you smiling about? I said, get up from there. And he says, we're there. I said, what are you talking about? We're there. He said, this is halfway. Now we just got to hustle it on back and tell him about what happened as we hustled back that 7.1 or what. I don't remember what it was, 7 point something. But remember how it started getting darker and darker. Yeah. And I started reaching. I was running, but I was reaching behind me, trying to find my headlights, look like a coal miner, coming out of there. Because, it was getting so dark in those woods with the canopy of the trees that you couldn't see anything. And it was exciting. And so when your foot hit that pavement, it was dark.
It was dark.
And I was 10 minutes behind his.
It was full out dark.
Yeah, because he's like a Morgan horse. I had sometimes I say he's like a thoroughbred. Man, he's just like one of them old cloppy Morgan horses. But he got some speed going. And I was 10 minutes behind him. And man, when my foot hit that pavement, it was dark. It was just dark. And I was disoriented. I almost went the wrong way. to where the truck was. I went up there and there was a convenience store. And I asked this old wizened woman, she's smoking an unfiltered cigarette. She wasn't smoking, she sucked it. And I said, hey, I'm looking, and I was just tired, you know. I said, I'm looking for, you know, there's a place up there where you can park trucks and cars, and I can't remember. Is it that way or is that way? There's no place like this. I said, well, there's a convenience store up there real close to it, but I know it's not this. There's no convenience store around here except this one. That's what she said.
She wanted your business.
Well, you know, I didn't have money on me or anything. I mean, I was so wore out. And then I walked out there and I asked the people. They didn't know what I was talking about, you know. And all of a sudden, it just kind of came to me. I gotta go up this hill. We went downhill. So I just started running. And sure enough, you know how many yards that was? Do you remember how many yards it was? That convenience store up on the hill was approximately 300 yards up the hill from that convenience store. And where you were parked was just an additional, I don't know, 65, 75 yards. So I went back and I beat up that woman. No, we didn't go back at all. But I would have beat her up in Christian love.
100 miles through the woods and then get lost and got to the pavement.
Got to the pavement, man. And that ought to preach. You live your life and then turn your back on what is right. But anyway, that's a long rigmarole, but that stream to me looks pretty dadgum nice, doesn't it to you? Because what does that mean? How much do we have to 100?
3.75.
And that ought to make us, as we already are. I mean, it ain't no making us. We're already Big Ike. What do you say?
Yeah, we got the plaque to prove it.
Well, you are. Just say what you are.
Yeah, Big Ike.
Is that as good as you can do? Let me try one more time. Good gosh. Big Ike!
Big Ike!
That's it. You know, if you had a slip here, boy, I believe we're just going to have to say sayonara. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no way you can get a helicopter in there. You can get, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to put a helicopter. Well, look, you could put a helicopter up there, and then you'd have to come on down here, and then you'd have to have a volunteer to go down there and get that body. And you know what they'd say?
What?
They'd say, now who is that person? And I'd say, Larry T. Johns. And you know what that volunteer would say?
What?
I'm not so sure I want to go down there for Larry T. Johns. You know what I'm saying? You know what's really going to be to your advantage on this part of the trail is that you park mountain goat. But look, isn't that something? So pretty. You know, this time we're not making any speed coming back because we're getting such pictures like this. I hope my camera's doing this justice. I'm gonna give it a little bit of zoom there. Should have probably done that on some of these others. Huh? No, you're just not using it right. Yeah. Boy, I gotta tell you, that's something. Look at that. I say the same things over and over if you haven't noticed, but I got to tell you, see there, I got to tell you, this, I'm just in awe of some of these scenes. I mean, I'm just in awe, and it has impaired my ability to communicate. It has taken the words from me. I'm telling you, that's all I can say. I'm just in awe. All right.
I love climbing right up there and let you film.
Huh? Let me climb up there. And look, we're going to climb across this. Well, I think instead of climbing, I think I'm just going to do like a trapeze. artist, not a trapeze artist, a tightrope walker, and just go right across that thing, because that'll be the easiest thing.
Jackie, I think if we climb all the way up to the top,
Right.
and get enough weight up there, both of us, I think that tree will just kind of lay down.
And we can go
we
across.
Across the stream.
Yeah, let's try that. Hey, that's old bullwinkle tree right there. See his snout coming out, his antlers, a lot longer than in the cartoon. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Yeah. There's his antlers. And there's Rocky, the flying squirrel. He's squirrely enough. Well, there you go over and climb that pole across. Well, you are a pole cat. Isn't this something? Let me do this. I'm like that guy on that golf channel. I say the same things over and over. I can't help it. I'm in absolute awe of this place. Folks, I'm going to make a comparison right here in this one little spot. If you'll see these rocks that are on the trail, this was what we encountered, except more so the entire trail in Pennsylvania. Just these. What'd you say?
Come down that way and you want to step down right here.
Yeah, I'd really like to jump there, but I bet you that thing's slicker than owl snot. Look at that.
That might have been our last string crossing.
I hope so. How many we had today?
One way, probably about 6.
No, we've had 8. 8 creek crossings, stream crossings. Is that another crossing? Hey, Larry.
Yeah.
We're just about through, aren't we?
Yeah.
So what do we do to cross bridges when we're 17 years old? We got kind of excited about something? Ah, woo! Woo! Ah, woo! Man, I'd like to go down there. That'd be the easiest one. But I will just go down here like this, since old Larry did it, and come on across like the Jacky Danger I am. There's that old, one of them old uprooted huge trees. What kind of tree was that?
Been down so long, I can't tell.
I believe that was a wooden tree. We're trying to give you an idea of the comparison of this trail, which is, the terrain has been somewhat excellent, but right there, that's off trail. But right there is what the trail looked like in Pennsylvania. For just about all of it, right, Larry?
And that's at its best.
At its best, because look, there's actually some dirt in between those rocks down there. We didn't have any dirt to speak of. You had to just find a little place every once in a while. Most of the time, you're jumping over loose rocks. And I have absolutely got bad. Look at that.
In places, Volkswagen-sized rocks.
Yeah, I've got bad ankles. And that scared me to pieces. I got it, boy. Hold on. I got it.
You didn't want me to make it go further, did you?
No, I didn't want you to. What was that saying you had about screwing up? Turn around and look at me. I was about to screw up.
If you're determined to screw up, it's hard to screw that up.
Turn around and start walking. I'm tired of it. All right, here's the last mile. Where are you, boy?
Right here.
When I've gone the last mile of the way, I will rest at the close of the day. And I know that my
Joys that
wait me when I've gone the last mile of the way. What mile are we on here, pal?
Ooh, 99.
99. Was that our last big climb back there?
Yes, sir.
Now, you know something?
From here.
You know something? This last mile, you know, we've been so kidding. This last mile reminds me of my daddy's last mile in February of last year, because it was pretty easy downhill, and our last mile is downhill and pretty easy. And we want to thank old Rick Cranford, don't we, for helping us and guiding us and showing us the way, and all praise to the Lord for having wonderful weather for the whole time, Larry. We did not have to get in a poncho or anything the whole time, and man, I mean, it's been a great adventure, another old great adventure. How many years we've been having adventures? Can I tell you? I know exactly. You know,
Go ahead.
Larry and I have been on adventures for 48 and 1/2 years. Do you realize that?
That's a lot. You're exactly right, too.
48 and 1/2.
Yeah.
And I'd like to say, I shouldn't probably say where I met Larry. That's nothing wrong with it, I don't guess. But I met him at the Shamrock Pool Hall, where Chesley Cheek liked to used to play pool. Chesley was such a great pool player, and he liked to frequent the Shamrock, the Mighty Rock. Hop Doris owned it. You know why they called him Hop? I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but you know why they called him Hop?
I don't.
Because he got to smarting off to a policeman sometime there in the 40s. They only had like one guy that walked up and down town. I remember that guy. I can't think of his name. But he didn't have anything much to say. Big old gruff guy. Well, I didn't want to say gruff. I mean, I just never heard him say anything. Well, one day he started smarting off to, I don't remember what his real name. I never did know his real first name. We'll call him Billy Doris or whatever. He started smarting off, and that guy just took his pistol out and shot him in the leg. So from there on in, they called him Hop Doris. But anyway, Robert Starr and myself took a great big old portable tape recorder with us a lot of times when we go to the Shamrock and play pool, because it'd always have something funny happen. Do you realize we taped that first meeting of Mark and all of us? Did you know it?
I know I didn't.
So Johnny, maybe he could find in those reels when I first met you and Mark Pig and Danny Joe Southall. No, Danny Joe wasn't. Was Brett Herman, and who else was there that night?
Don't remember.
Yeah, let me think now. Robert Starr was with me. It was Larry T and Mark and Britt.
That might have been it.
Jim wasn't with us.
I don't think so.
Jim Pig wasn't with us. But anyway, that was a momentous occasion, and I was 2 years older than Mark. Mark came over and says, of course, I'd known his daddy forever. Of course, I worked in the clothing store over there eventually, which was a great clothing store. And he comes over to me, if you remember, and I don't know, he must have been working that afternoon at the clothing store because he was wearing a sport coat. And he comes over to me, extends his hand, and he says, "Mr. White, you don't know me." I said, "Mr. White's my daddy. My name's Jacky." And from there, hey, we made history, didn't we?
Yeah.
Let's say a special shout out to our friend Mark.
Yeah.
I know he'd like to be with us if he could, and he's been having some health challenges, and what a great guy he is. All right, let's do one more. We'll just do this part. And I know that the joys will await me when I've gone the last mile of the way. Well, Larry T. Johns, we are at the 100-mile point. Do you want to go another, 0.23?
I don't know about all that, Jacky.
I don't want to go anywhere. Here we are at the place where we parked the truck. I'm proud of you, and this has been a great thing. This is our second 100-mile hike. This is the end of it. I'm extremely proud of that. And but it was fun, wasn't it?
A lot of fun.
And I think today's hike was the most beautiful, and we're going to post this like the most beautiful part of the entire trail.
Yeah.
And we appreciate Rick Cranford guiding us and helping us. And the other part of it is we want to tell Rick that we think that the sections that we've hiked, I don't even know what that say. He knows what it's 8.4. Is that what it is total?
Yeah.
That it is definitely. Is this part of section 7?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. But anyway, this is definitely the prettiest part, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this is it. You know, 100 miles, big hike.
Big hike.
Miles. Count your numbers out so I can hear them.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
You got them. All right, come here and hold this. I'm going to come here. I'm going to do 26. Show you what a ready thing you are.
Yeah.